everybody. How are you? It's a little dark in here. Let me see if I can turn on some more lights because this is unacceptable. It is so dark in here. Why is it so dark? I got to turn on some lights. Sorry, I'm turning the lights on so you guys can see me. Go. I hope that helps a little bit. Sorry about that. Better. Got a little bit more light, which is exactly what I wanted. Hi. How is everybody? I got my cards out and we can see what's going on here. Yay me. I just had dinner and I'm not hungry, so I could do some good readings today. How are you, Blondie? Yellow Moon, hi. Hello. Yeah, Booger was just up here. Booger. Hi, Boogs. How are you, Yellow Moon? Hi, guys. I just checked to see when the last time I did a tarot reading on Foodie. It's been 6 days ago, so it's been a little bit of time. And I'm very curious about what Chantal's up to because I feel like she's up to something. Hi, Deborah. I feel like Foodie is up to something. Do y'all feel it too? That there's something going on, like she's up to something. She's being sneaky. She's being way too quiet. Like something's going on. What are you up to, Chantal? Tell us the truth. Tell on yourself. You always tell on yourself. Hey, Tangerine. Yes, everything is great. Everything is so great. Hello, Ghost Goose. And I have some good news. Y'all probably heard the good news in the last react that I did, but I have a friend who's going to be sending me 21 new tarot decks. Most of them are fairy or fae decks. I never worked with those before, but 21 new decks. I'm like, ooh, just send them here. Hi, Sock Puppet. Like I just had a friend. She had somebody that was renting a house that she owned, and this person was an impulse buyer, and they bought a whole bunch of tarot decks, brand new, unopened, and she's guys either I'm giving them to you or they're going in the trash. I'm like, don't you dare throw them away. I'll take them. I'll take all of them. Throwing away a tarot deck? Why? So I can't wait to get those new decks because once I get them, I'm going to activate the tarot channel that I have set up. That's about $300+ in tarot decks that I'm going to get for free. So yay me. How are you guys doing this evening? Hello, Tragically Delicious. Can I just say how much I enjoy your name, Tragically? I keep thinking of the cereal, the Lucky Charms. Magically delicious, tragically delicious. Hi, Brooke. That's what it does. I'm sorry. I grew up in the 80s with all of those cereals and hearing all the slogans on TV, and I just can't help but remember them. She's scheming her family for caring about her health, mental issues. She thrives in any type of attention, positive or negative. She's so gross and manipulative. You know what? Here's what I think. You guys that are in chat, tell me your thoughts. I think that maybe she's got some pressure going on from the family and maybe from Salah and the VIBs, and she scammed people recently for the PayPal money. And this is her way of trying to get people off her back and throw people off the trail. Like this just feels like, okay, I'm going to therapy. I really don't want to. I really don't care about it, but whatever. That's the attitude I'm getting off of Foodie. Like if Salah has been talking to her and saying, I'm not going to talk to you anymore unless you go to therapy, or maybe the family's doing it. This is like her whatever moment. She won't go back, but she should. Hey, Blondie. Booger. Quit it. Hello, Blondie. So that's what it feels like to me. It feels like a, okay, whatever, move. That's what it feels like. This doesn't feel like a moment where she's saying, "You're right. I've gone too far. I'm doing too much. My health is bad. I really need to change things." I'm not feeling that energy. I'm not feeling that vibe. I'm feeling more of like a little kid who's been caught with their hand in the cookie jar and they're like, okay, okay, I did it, whatever. Hello, good morning, LDE. How are you? Yeah, it does feel like that, tragically. So, like, look, can I keep it real with y'all? I can't keep it real. You guys are my subs. I'm just going to just lay it all out on the table as far as my content and Chantal. I've been reacting to her for years, okay? I've been watching her, and Chantal is really taking herself to a place health-wise where she's just getting worse. And I know a lot of people have been following her for years, like I have, and following the story. And we're all waiting for the last chapter, but we don't know what that is. But as a content creator, like I keep up with her because a lot of people don't want to watch her directly, and I get that. But I have to diversify my content. I've got to cover other people. I can't just keep it all on her because she's pushing herself to a place where something might happen. I've got to spread out. I've got to branch out. So I might introduce some people to you guys that you may or may not like and you may or may not get into, and that's fine. But I really like the idea of branching out to other people, you know? Like she's boring, she's not doing much, she's not trying to do much. And I really want to do different things. You know, like if something does happen to Chantal, like if I haven't diversified, what am I supposed to do? Hello, sunshine. You know, like I really like other channels they're branching out. I think it's a smart idea. It's very smart. We've all got to move on. We've all got to find different things to do, things that we're passionate about. I introduced you guys to Elisa and Zakoro, and some people like that and some people don't. I know there are a lot to deal with. I just can't cover Naked and Laughing. And y'all got to understand, I was in a DV relationship with somebody who acted a lot like her. So I can't, you know, I just, no. So I'm going to find other people, you know, like I said, Null is really, really dark. Right, tragically. What did you miss? Nothing yet, Violet. You're just in time. Yeah, the whole Elisa thing, that just I got interested. It was a viral video. I saw the fight and I'm like, wow. And then I went down the rabbit hole a bit and I'm like, there's so many toxic layers here. This is just insane. Oof. So if I show other people on my channel, if you like them, I'm glad. If not, it's okay. But I'm having fun in exploring different rabbit holes because the Foodie Beauty rabbit hole has just been, it's, where is it? What can we talk about? What are we talking about? Another mukbang? What? Like, what can I do? I'm talking about the same things for the 100th time. I can't take it. My brain is going numb. My ears are bleeding. I wonder if she's on the flight back. Honestly, Brooke, Foodie doesn't have enough money to go back. A plane ticket for her, 2 seats, would be like $2,000. If she's going to go back, it's not going to happen until payday. Canadians, they get paid on the 22nd. So if she goes back, it's not going to be until after she gets her money. So she's got a few days. If she's going to go, it's going to happen after that. She may also have to stay for X amount this time. The community doesn't. Yeah, you're right, Sock Papa. We really don't need her anymore. Now, look, I'm a writer, okay, and I've written plenty of stories and poetry, and every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. So in the beginning, There was Amber and there was Chantal. And a whole ecosystem, a whole community, if you will, sprung up around them to react to them. And they had their high tide. They had their high moment. And over the course of time, it's just begun to trickle off. And now I feel like we're kind of at the end of the trend. And people are getting bored and they want to move on, like there's nothing new here. It's a cycle of things where there's a beginning, there's a middle, and an end. And when something comes to an end, then something new comes along and gets the baton and runs with it. Right. Right, exactly, Graceland. I feel like with Chantal, we've hit a dead end, honestly. Like, unless she does something really outrageous, I think we're at a dead end with her, community-wise and reactor-wise. I just want to see if you know what? Okay, sure, whatever. I don't know what's going on with Chantal. That's why we're doing a tarot reading tonight, because I would like to see what is going on with her. What is up with? She's hiding something. I think she's hiding something. She got that duper's delight smirk on her face half the time. It's like, what are you doing? Are you playing your family and Pete's to get stuff out of them while you figure out what you're going to do, what you're going to do? What is up? Yeah, she is acting weird, Vicky. Very weird. I'm starting not to care anymore. And I can't say that I'm mad about that. And I can't say that I blame you. I mean, we reactors have worked our magic on her for years, but there's only so much we can do. We've been giving her channel and her life support for years. But what can be said about Chantal that hasn't been said before? We're trying, but you got to give us something to work with. So I want to cover things like Elisa. Is there anybody on YouTube drama-wise that you guys are interested in? I know like Crystal Station is a bit interesting. Elisa, that's one that I'm interested in that. Hi, Debbie. So I'm looking around for the interesting rabbit holes that are a little bit dramatic, but not too dark. I'm looking for the not too dark rabbit holes if I can find them. So I'm going to keep searching for those rabbit holes. I have my tarot channel already set up. I'm going to be doing show you guys different tarot card decks, do reviews on them as far as the way they feel, the energy off of them, and tell you what they are. I've got 21 new decks, so there's plenty of decks to review, and I could do readings there as well. So I'm looking forward to the new projects. I know someone, but I'll never share. Okay. It's okay. You don't have to share. I can find some on my own. But it's also dark. You know what? All the locales have a bit of darkness to them. It's just a matter of varying levels of darkness and what kind of darkness. Some people are dramatic dark. Some people have the chemicals mixed in with the dark. So I'm looking for the ones that are not too triggering, dark, will take people to dark places. I'm looking for those. I don't want to see this person get trolled. It's okay. It's okay. Hi, Irene. I am not out to harass anybody or get personally involved. Just react to them and give my thoughts. That's all. I'm not interested in cow tipping and making myself a part of the story. I'm interested in standing back and just giving my thoughts and letting that person just live their life the way they want to. Stand off, and because that's how the OGs reactors would do it. We see somebody, we stand back, we let them do what they do, we give our opinions, and we don't get involved. Hello, Clara, and is it Dandria? I hope I said your name right. I'm not interested in walking into the pasture and effing with the cows. I'm interested in just standing back with my piece of notebook paper and writing my notes down. Hello, Leanne. I'll stand next to the pasture and watch the cows from afar. Do things organically. Yes, I'm very intuitive. That's how I read, is intuitive. Okay, so like we're gonna do it like I really want to see what Chantal's up to. What do you guys think she's up to? What do you think she's up to? I'll tell you my thoughts if you tell me yours. Snoring on a couch. Well, that's a good guess. That's a really good guess. You might be right about that. Here are my thoughts. I think Foodie, like what Spirit just told me, is she's in flux, meaning she doesn't really have a definite plan right now. She's got people around her and she might be lying to them and tell them a bunch of, what is it that Amber called it? Hootenberries. She's telling a bunch of hootenberries and making people around her think she is making changes when she's not, but she doesn't know exactly what she's going to do. You know what, Okie doll, that could be a possibility too. Like there might be the possibility that she might be trying to bring Salah to Kuwait and she's just keeping that under the table, keeping it under wraps. We will see. Honestly, if she goes back to Kuwait, a lot of people have said, I'm not watching her anymore. But if she brings Salah over to Kuwait, it's still going to be disastrous. It's not going to work out either way, because whenever she's around him, she's not herself. Like, it doesn't matter what the province is, what the country is. She is not herself when he's around. Hello, Red. Everything's good. How are you? She hates being there, but she hates us too. You know what? Tragically, here's what I think about Miss Foodie. I think she's been on YouTube for so long, and she's had it so good for so long and had it so easy that her being entitled and spoiled and coddled, she's literally burnt out on it. She's ungrateful, and she's just gotten lazy. I don't think she went to therapy either. Hello, Nancy. If Chantal brings Salah to Canada, she's going to go crazy, wondering where he's at, what is he doing, who's he talking to. Her jealousy is going to go wild. I don't think she went to therapy either. Hello, Nancy. I don't think she told the therapist everything anyway. Like, she lies. She's going to tell her version of the truth. Here's the problem. If you get in front of a professional, you don't think they've dealt with liars and manipulators and con artists before? You don't think they can see through you? I mean, this is girl world. We aren't even actual professional therapists, and we can see through Foodie. So what are the chances that a professional therapist with a degree can't see through her? They'll probably see right through her nonsense. You haven't missed anything yet, y'all. And I was actually watching FFG, and somebody said something very, very true, that when you go to a therapy session, the first session is just it's kind of like a get to know you type of thing. It's what's the word I'm looking for? It's like an evaluation, an assessment. That's the word. They're assessing you, but the real therapy hasn't started yet. They're just assessing what's going on here. Trust me, with all the issues that Chantal has, if she had an honest, hardcore therapy session, we'd know it, because she'd be all in pieces. She'd be all in pieces. Yeah, if you guys want to give a thumbs up, that's cool. I'm not here to sit there and push anything at y'all. It's entirely up to you. We keep it casual here. And if you want to sub up, that's great too. Yeah, that you go to a therapist, man, they'll make you cry because they'll get right to the heart of the matter, and it can be a shock to the soul. Like, wow, I just my mind is blown. I can't process. Like my computer's shutting down right now. Hello, lock dog. 5 or 6 appointments to even start attempting to make positive change. Yes. Foodie doesn't need one therapy session. She needs years. On top of that, she needs inpatient. You know, she's over there thinking, I can do everything myself. Well, if you can do everything yourself, why are you so sick? If you can heal yourself and you know everything, why are you so ill? Apparently, you don't know everything. Just surrender to the universe and say, it takes strength to admit you don't know everything. And it takes strength to cry. And it takes strength to admit you don't have all the answers and you need help. That's a show of strength when you realize that about yourself, and you reach out your hand and say, can somebody please help me? Because then somebody can reach back and hold on to you and say, here, let us help you. That takes strength. Her hiding behind a mask shows lack of strength. You know, like admitting you don't have all the answers, that's a chance for growth. Yep, she'll never ask for help. Hello, Thunder Rain. It is wild how she presented with BB and Pete's, and then with Schnatter, and then Salah. Yeah, I noticed that every guy that she's ever been with, she changes her personality. It's a different persona for a different guy. She's one way with one guy, then one way with another guy. She doesn't remain herself. She's always putting on a different costume, character-wise, with each man. Like, it's always like she acts differently with each dude. Yeah, mirroring her partners. She's so lacking in identity that she takes on the identity of whoever she's with. She will mirror them. She will copy them. She will imitate them, become the most like them, just to be accepted by them. Instead of just sticking to who she is and finding someone that will accept that. And she has no idea who she is. Hello, Gail. Hello. So are y'all ready to see? I'm actually ready to see what the cards have to say. She doesn't want Salah to come to Canada. No, she don't. Because she knows what's going to happen when he gets to Canada. He's going to be running to the Red Room in Canada. He's not going to be home. He's going to be at the outhouse, y'all. Oh, she liked to go to the outhouse with so does Salah, but for different reasons. He's going to be running to the outhouse. Where are you, Salah? I'm at the outhouse. Don't worry, Chantal. I'll be home in a while. I'm just hanging out at the outhouse. It will be a busy place. What? You know it's true. You know, this is not about kink shaming. He can have whatever kink he wants. Although the text that I read, it's not the kink itself that's bad. It's the elements of hate that were involved with the kink, the things that he wanted to do involving that kink. There was so much rage, hate, humiliation, degradation. That's the word. There was a lot of degradation mixed with that kink, the things that he wanted to do. I'm like, do you have a lot of rage in your heart, sir? Because it sounds like it. Like, that's the part that was the most disturbing. Just the element of wanting to degrade somebody while involved in that kink. Yeah, like I'm not into the degrading kink thing. I mean, it may be for other people, not for me, but that was just, I was so mixed up with the kink. I'm like, I don't, where's all this rage coming from? Where is it coming from? Okay, so we're going to get into Chantal. Missy Moo offered to sponsor him. She doesn't want him in Canada. You never know, though. She might pull a trick up off her sleeve. Listen, Chantal, I don't think she can sponsor him in Canada. And I know that there are different laws and restrictions per province and state and country. I had an ex-husband from Mexico City. I was married to him for 5 years, and he wanted to get a green card and get his citizenship here in the United States. And he went through so much red tape with that, so much stuff. But one of the things they look for, one of the important things they look for is whoever you are, that you're not going to be a burden onto the place where you want to be a citizen. So you've got to prove you're making money, or you've got to have a guarantor that they will pay for you so you won't be a burden. She doesn't have the money. She's got bankruptcies on her record, so she can't sponsor him. She can't. So who else is it going to be? Like the state or province is like, we just want to make sure that we're not responsible for him if he comes here. She said she would. Well, she's an idiot. You know, being the guarantor and sponsor for a person you don't even know. Okay. Go ahead and do that. I agree, Thunder Rain. That lifestyle, there are element, the pillars of that lifestyle. There's trust and there's consent. Like those are two of the main pillars: trust and consent. You always have a choice. You can always feel free to say no, and it's all about a safe environment. You no matter what's going on, you feel safe. You always feel safe. If you don't feel safe, you shouldn't do it. All right, so we're going to get into Foodie. You're right. You're right, tragically. I have actually experienced in that lifestyle. I've known people, talk to people. Like, I know more about that lifestyle than Natter does, that's for sure. Oh, and the cards are starting to pop out already. What do we got? We got 3. I wasn't even asking a question. So we got 4 of Pentacles. Somebody's thinking about money. Somebody's got control of the money. Salah. And we've got the 1, 2, 3, 5 of Swords. There you go. People want to see the cards really well. Hello, Atlantis. And we've got the 4 of Wands. So what's this about? I'm getting the feeling that Salah is controlling the money. He's got control of the money, or he wants to control the money. Like he's literally got his foot on it. He's controlling the money and the source of the money. And let's see, who is this, Chantal, or is this Salah? Who is this? I feel that this has to do with Chantal. I know there's a guy in the picture, but I feel like her energy on this card, that she is just like, the picture is the person holding two swords, one in the other hand with more on the ground, and then people walking away. And I just keep getting this feeling of like she just, there's something dismissive about this. That the energy is doing what you got to do, saying what you got to say to get people off your back, to like you don't really want to fight with anybody, like outright fight. So you will do what you need to do and you'll say what you need to say to get people to get off your case. Like, just you just know. So just going with the flow rather than being truthful with yourself. So we got cards popping out already. Yeah, I think it's more than just her family, that feeling. Like I'm getting a picture in my head right now of just her doing this, pushing everybody back. Like this, I feel like there are people coming at her, like Salah, her family, like everybody coming at her and like, just, what are you going to do? And like, you need to do this and you need to do that. And her just pushing people back and like, okay, I guess I got to say this and I got to do this to get some breathing room, to, like, to cut down the static. So I'm just going to, okay, whatever you say, Right. Just giving lip service to people, more or less. Oh, you want to hear that? Oh, I'll tell you that. Just to shut you up for 5 minutes. So just doing a lot of lip service right now. Yeah, if you're basically lying and appeasing people. Excuse me. Right, so we're going to get into this right here. Whew. Ooh. Okay. All right. So the first card down is the Ace of Pentacles. So there's money on the line here. There's money in hand, and it's major. Something major is going on. Something major is definitely going on here. Like interesting. Hey, ma'am. Hello. Hi. You. She's trying to open up the cabinet and she just can't because she doesn't have hands. She has paws. The second card down is the Chariot. Booger. Hey. Come here. You can't open the door. You got the Chariot card. That's interesting. I know. Booger likes to open cabinets for some strange reason, even though there's nothing in those cabinets. I need more. I need more clarification. Ooh. Okay, I think I just got it. So the three cards that I have in front of me, let's go over them again. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. Then we have the Chariot. Then we have the Hanged Man. So it feels like she really wants to go back to Kuwait. She really does want to go back. but she's stuck. She is stuck. And I don't think it's just about money. I don't think money is the only reason why she's stuck. I'm feeling like she's stuck because like I think she's just I'm feeling a sense that she's torn between like should I go back there? Should I not go back there? Like she's like spun in her head right now. Like it's not just about she doesn't have the money to go to Kuwait. There's other things tying her to Canada. And she's not quite sure what the right decision is. She's stuck. Yep. So she's like, should I do this? Should I not do this? You know, like she's not in Canada because she wants to be. She's in Canada because she's stuck here for the moment. She is stuck. She's not liking it. Okay, why is she stuck? Oh, uh-oh. Then we got the Hierophant. Yikes. I need more. I need more. Uh-oh. I don't know what's going on here, but I think she's in trouble. She's in trouble, or she got in trouble. She did something. She got in trouble, or she's been in trouble. On top of that, like the Knight of Wands reversed. Ugh. This is so bad. Lack of ideas. Like she doesn't have any creativity. Like she is literally in flux. Like whatever it is that got her in trouble, it was major. This is not something small. This is something large. Like she she like something happened. Something happened to Foodie. She got in trouble. Like maybe she wants to go back to be with Salah, but there's something stopping her, and I don't think it's just money. I don't think it's just money. Oh Lord. Yeesh. Man, it's been a while since I've seen her. Remember when I used to see her all the time? She's back. What is it with these women and Foodie and Salah? They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Interesting. So that is interesting. So I know, like, don't yell at me, y'all. I got to tell you what I'm feeling. So these two cards just came up side by side. Who do you think these are? Who do you think these are? The King of Pentacles and the Empress. Who do you think that is? I'm feeling that it's Didi and Natter. Yep. Like I've been feeling for a minute that she's had communication with Natter, and Didi is with Natter, but she's been hanging around them, hanging around. Maybe that's where she's getting stuck. Maybe she's like, this is a sliding door moment. Do I go back to Kuwait, where I'm not happy, or do I stay in Canada? And even though I'm not with Natter, I still care about Natter, and I could be near him. You're right, tragically. Here's what I think. I think Natter is the one that she's always wanted to be with. but she settled for Salah because she couldn't have Nader. And whenever you settle for someone or something, you are never 100% happy. You may fool yourself for a while thinking you're happy, but deep down in your heart, you know that's not it. You'll always long for what you really, really want. Yeah, so you know what? Hi, Fit and Curvy. Hi, girl. You know what? I'll do you one better, Fit and Curvy. I will do you one better, ma'am. I think that like you're on the right track. You're definitely on the right trail. I think that Salah was used as a tactic to get back at Nader. Like she was with Nader, she gave him a channel, she gave him money, she was a sugar mama. She tried everything to get to Nader, could not get him. That made her rather salty. So what she did was she went out and she found Salah. And that was her way of saying, look, everything I gave you, I can give to somebody else. And he's younger and more attractive and just doing that, throwing it in his face, thinking that would probably get to him and he would come running back. And that never happened. But all of this was playing out in front of Girl World. So she got that far down the rabbit hole and couldn't get back out without losing face. So to keep her face, she had to keep going down that rabbit hole, even though she knew there was no true happiness there. She set herself on that path. But Salah was always kind of used almost like toxic bait to get back at Nader and maybe get Nader back and get him away from Didi. Like, I'm going to bait the hook with this toxic bait to make you angry, to make you jealous, to make you sweat that I'm going to give somebody else all the money that you know I have. So if you want that money, you better come running back, boy. It didn't happen. So she didn't get her way. She was stuck with Salah. I think the Kuwait vid she posted was retro white. Part of it was that last part after the 7-minute mark. That was from 2 years ago. But you know what? I'm really glad she did that. Hi, Essence. I'm really glad she posted that part. You want to know why? Because you can look at the front part of the video and see how she looks. And then watch the video from 2 years ago and see how she looked then. And you can see how much she's changed. How much different her breathing was and her movement was compared to now. I'm glad she did it. Like, she put that together herself. And I'm like, okay, thank you. You just proved us all right that Kuwait, you went to Kuwait and got more unhealthy. So thanks for that. Okay. Ooh. We got we got Major Arcana showing up. Doggone it. Oh, we've got the King of Swords. Man, there's too many players in this game right now. So we got the Empress. We've got the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. Nads posted. Foodie was spotted. Leave me alone. And I got groceries. We almost didn't make it home in the storm and on and on. He won't stop talking about her. And honestly, she won't stop talking about him. They're obsessed with each other. It's like just move in together, get another purple mattress and get it over with, for God's sake. Stop effing around. If you guys all want to hang out together, go hang out together. You're all a bunch of adults. Just get it over with. Stop effing around and treating us like we're stupid. Jeez. Yeah, just stop acting like we don't know. We do know. So we've got the King of Pentacles, Nader. We've got the Empress, Didi. And the King of Swords, Salah. Too many players in this game. Too many ingredients in the soup. We need to take some of them out. That purple mattress. Hey, it's better than the dirty mattress on the floor, look. That's where Foodie slept when she went to Nader's place, that dirty, used mattress on the floor. Too many peeps. Oh God. I yeah, she's over there putting on a brave face. Putting on a brave face and I don't know who this is about. I don't know if this is her and Natter or her and Salah or maybe I think she wants the both of them. She wants the both of them. Like, wait a minute. Is she like holding on to the both of them because she thinks that if she holds on to the both of them, that eventually one of them will break? She's bettering the odds by keeping both doors open. Gotta let neither one of them like you. Neither one of them. Yeah, she really does want to go home. I mean, back to Kuwait. She wants to go, but she's stuck. LDE, imagine wanting Natter for sex. Ugh. Ew. Ew. Oh, don't put that picture in my head. Ew. Somebody quick, get some holy water. Stop it. Ew. All right. Yeah, like, ugh. So somebody's moving into pole position to get that money. And I think it's Natter. I think Salah is losing his power over Chantal. Yep. He's losing his power. Let me just do individual readings on Foodie and Salah because I can't really tell with the both of them mixed together who exactly the deck is talking about. You can't handle that wine. I know. She's 40 years old and she sounds like a little kid. She would show him off. Is this the body of a drug addict? And everyone said yes. Hello, dark petals. Well, not to be rude, but everybody was asking the question, how can Chantal do $4,000 in nose powder and be tremendously overweight? Well, because she did the nose powder and then she was doing the edibles and that would kick her bee monster up to high gear and then she would go nuts with the food and that's why she gained all that weight. That's how. Remember when she said he was the hottest man she ever laid eyes on? Well, Foodie's always had vision problems, hasn't she? That could explain part of it. You know what, Atlantis? I've been saying for the longest that Natter has never been out of the picture. He got put on the back burner of the stove, and the heat was turned down low. But that pot was never taken off the stove ever. He's just been in the shadows, like in the back of the room, watching, listening. He's never been gone. Hello, Radioactive Gaming. Yeah, like every like listen, when you know, you know. When you know, you know. I've done reacts to Neo Tarot. You guys have seen the reacts on my channel, and Neo Tarot, she's amazing. I love her readings. She's done readings on Natter and Foodie and Salah and the whole thing. And she did one recently, and she's all her readings are always fire. And even she's not even a reactor or anything. She's not even connected to Girl World, and even she saw that this whole thing between Salah and Foodie, there's so many layers. That both of them have been focused on other people, not just him, her too. That this entire time they've been focused on other people. Oh, I know. Like, Karen, you know what? I'm betting anything that when Salah wasn't there, that she'd be crying on the phone to Nader. When she was lonely and, oh, he's not paying attention to me, Nader was consoling her. Oh, that's so sad. I know you're not feeling happy. Come on back home to Canada. He was doing that. He was doing that. He's been waiting for Salah to screw up, and Salah did. The whole thing with Kai Bella, the moment that whole Kai Bella thing happened, that was when he took the most control. Salah lost his king position when that happened. Do you think Nader knows Salah? I can't say for sure, but it's possible. It's possible. She doesn't know how to admit defeat. You're right. That's one of her biggest downfalls. She's a sore loser, and she doesn't like to admit when she's lost. And she is that person. I compare it to somebody who's sitting at a poker table, and they've gone full tilt, and they're losing every hand. But instead of just stopping and cutting their losses and walking away, they will sit there and gamble every chip until they're completely flush and there's nothing else, because they don't want to lose. And yet they keep losing. They just don't want to admit that they've lost. Would it surprise me if Salah and Nader knew each other? No. She's sad. A man has to leave her in order for it to end. She would still be talking to BB if it had not dropped her completely. I'm so glad that BB got away from her. He was such a good man. She really screwed up by screwing that up. But then again, the spiritual world knows what it's doing. If you're a good person and you're around a completely rotten person, it will configure things to where that person is removed from your life. And Foodie is just no damn good. Honestly, she's no good. People in her chat say, oh, you deserve a good man. You know what I say? No, she don't. No, she doesn't. Because if she had a good man, she would wreck and ruin him. Look what she did to Pete. Look what she did to BB. Look how much suffering she brought both those men. So does she deserve a good man? Hell no. She doesn't appreciate people. She said they broke up. BB dumped her. You know why? Because she cheated on BB. And she cheated on Pete too. But BB tossed her out. And good for him. Hello, oh hail. BB was a smart one. He said, I don't have to put up with this, so therefore I'm not gonna. Yeah, she cheated on every man. Yeah, he just wants money. Can I just say something else? Look, there's a whole lot of players in the Chantal story, or is there not? There's a whole lot of people that have been around that woman, and a lot of them know some stuff. They know some dirt. They know some tea. And any one of them could capitalize on what they know by coming to YouTube and dropping that dirty tea in our lap. But if something happens to Chantal, I mean something medical, and I'm not wishing this upon her, mind you, but if something happens to Foodie, something where she's no longer with us, like whatever tea they have to give, well, they can't capitalize on it then. So anybody that knows anything about Chantal, it's a matter of, is she going to get to the table first and drop the tea, or are you? Because if you don't drop it, she might drop it. So if anybody that wants to make money off Chantal, you better open your mouth now. Her and Nadj are a match made in hell. Correct. Correct. I think he adores Chantal. He cares about Chantal. That's his favorite person. Unfortunately, she's no good for him, but she is his favorite person. He'll do anything for her. But her and Natter, they are well matched. They are equally as rotten. I say let the two of them be together. That means they're not with decent people. They're not hurting decent people. Let them be together. Let it happen. They're scared of her vindictive nature. What can Chantal do to anybody, though? Why are they so scared of her? What can she do? She can't run after him. Why is everybody so scared about Chantal? She's not the godfather. Why y'all scared about her? Why is everybody so scared about her? I don't get it. Like Pete's is sitting on 17 years worth of dirt that he knows about Chantal. He could cash all of that in. All of it. All of it. Make some money. Set himself up for a minute. Let it happen. Like, what could she do to anybody? Could you imagine BB connected to the woman in the villa? Nope. 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 BB got away just in time. He made the right decision. Yes, he did. BB did it right. Okay. Now I'm gonna focus entirely on Miss Foodie. I want to know. I want to know, bitch. Talk to me. Talk to me, Foodie. Show me the state of Chantal. Like, where is she at? What's she doing? Okay, I need another card to go. Ooh, okay. We've got the 8 of Wands. So the feeling is like she's got a lot of things up in the air. Like she's putting the feelers out for a lot of different things. Looking to see what trees bear the most fruit. I'm feeling like maybe she's reaching out to people for money, opportunity, resources. Like just trying to gather to her as much as she can to benefit herself. And then we have the Judgment card. This card's been coming up a lot. A lot. Every single time I do a reading on Chantal, that the Judgment card just comes right out. Almost immediately. Like, what? Something's going on with this woman. I'm telling you. Ooh. And we've got the 10 of Pentacles. Judgment. Just, you know what? It all depends on where the card is placed. Like the cards I just put down, I feel like she got into some kind of trouble. And now the Judgment card is popping up. Like something is going on. Like she got in trouble. She's dealing with something serious behind the scenes. And she is not letting us know what it is. She's keeping it to herself. She's basically, I'm feeling like buttoned up lips. You know, like loose lips sink ships. She's buttoning her lips up. Like she's just hiding whatever it is. Like I think with a lot of things, like whatever, Chantal only shuts her mouth when it's something serious. When she's going to get in trouble or she's been in trouble. That's the only time she's quiet. Booger, hey. What are you doing? My cat is beezing. Hey, ma'am, can I help you? What are you doing? Come here. She's getting frisky. Come here. Ow. Little rascal. Look, this is what I have to deal with. If I'm not a cat couch, I'm a cat toy that she bites on. What are you doing? All right. So we got the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, it's putting people around her that to help her make money, or there's money matters going on, and she's gathering people to her in regards to these money matters. Like there's just like I'm seeing like a meeting or group of people. I need more. I need more. I need more. Yeah, she's up to something. She's up to something. Booger. Like what is she up to though? Ooh. So we got why cat ambiance. Ma'am, stop. Strength card upside down. So she's not feeling very strong at all. And I'm feeling a sense of like she's not feeling strong, and she's basically I'm feeling like she's pulling on other people. Like, what is that? A friend in need is a friend indeed. Well, she's definitely in need. So she is just like she's grabbing on to anyone and anything she can get her hands on to help her out. Like I'm feeling a sense of hopelessness. Everybody help me. Somebody please help me. She's not feeling her strongest right now. Definitely not. And yeah. Like I'm like there's a sense like the Five of Pentacles. Why do I want to say bribes? Like she's got people on some sort of a payroll. Like I'll give you money if you help me. Like there's some agreements going on behind the scenes. She's gathering people to help her with what she's doing, but she's also paying people to help her for what she's doing. Yeah. Fucking YouTube. Here's my YouTube card. You want to see a good representation of girl world? There you go. There's girl world. Oh, you hear the peepers? They're not as loud as they've been, but they're not really mating right now. But yeah, this is, let's see, the Seven of Wands is somebody who's got a wand in their hand and they're fighting against other wands. I feel like this is her fighting with girl world. Like this, but I also feel like this is not just girl world. She's, I want to say fighting against herself. She's fighting against herself. Like she's stubborn. She's fighting against herself. Like she knows what she needs to do. She just doesn't want to do it. Fighting against herself. Like she's doing her own fight. Bitch. Again, and I shuffled up them cards. You know, I just have to wonder, is Kai Bella around? What is going on here? What is this? Kai Bella or Dee Dee? She's definitely up to something. Whatever she's cooking up behind the scenes, she thinks that she's smart and there's going to be some sort of a victory. She thinks that she's going to solve all of her problems. Booger. Y'all hear that? Like, things between her and Salah are not any better. Like, there's so much going on behind the scenes with those two. Booger, ma'am. Hi. Hey, come here. What are you doing over there? Why are you trying to open the cabinet? I'm trying to give a reading of my cat. It's just she's doing the cat things. But they're fighting. Her and Salah are fighting. They're just there's a lot of like spirits are saying there's a lot of sorrow there. It's a lot of sorrow, a lot of conflict, a lot of strife there. She's sad because she can't be with him, but yet when she is with him, it's nothing but a battle. Nothing but a battle. There's Two of Pentacles. She's still giving him money. She's still giving him money. Like there's whatever money that Foodie has, there's money going back and forth. Back and forth. And there's promises, oh, things are going to get better. I'm going to make a lot more money, blah, blah, blah. She's trying to cook something up to where she's making money like she used to, but I don't know if she can come up with anything that's going to work. You know, somebody, I forget who said it. I want to give proper credit to this person, but I can't remember who said it and where. But they had a valid point. So Chantal got a strike on her channel recently because of the community post where she talked about Kalari. That happened recently. Maybe she's doing this boring content and she's on her best behavior because she's afraid of getting a second strike too soon. Like she's watching her mouth because she's afraid if she gets a second strike, she's out for 2 weeks. If she's out for 2 weeks, that's going to bury her channel. Not being able to stream for 2 weeks in a row. And then if she gets a third strike, her channel is gone. So maybe she's on her best behavior because of that. Like she's afraid to talk about anything and tick off Daddy YouTube again. You know what? Oh, Hale, it's okay. If she wants to be boring for 90 more days, that's 90 days where I can just do stuff with my tarot cards and find other people that you guys would enjoy. I'm not worried about it. She did this to herself. No sympathy. Hey, I'm resourceful. I'll find other interesting people to react to. Screw her. Her time is up. So whatever's going on with her and Salah, there's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of stress. Whatever's going on, it's not a happy time. Queen Cobra. I've already said this in the beginning of my tarot stream. I understand why people are into her. I just can't react to her. I can't feature her on my channel. I get she's a bit more interesting than Chantal, but I just can't. Yeah, too dark. You're right. Too dark. I had the male version of Naked and Laughing in my life for 5 years. This man acted a lot like her. So it's a little bit too close to home for me. Can't go there. Don't want to go there. Don't want to remember that time. He had the same characteristics as Naked and Laughing. I discovered her on Twitch. I had no idea all this was going on. I've been following a few channels that have filled me in, including, well, thank you, Radioactive. Yeah, but I had the male version of Naked and Laughing in my life. So no thank you. No thanks. No thank you. I'm staying out of that pasture. That's a cow that eats the crazy hay. I don't want nothing to do with that cow. No good milk comes from that cow. Y'all want to have it? It's okay. I just can't drink it. Can't drink that milk. I already drank it for 5 years. Didn't like the taste. So where's Erie? On her channel, I guess. She's free to do what she likes on her own channel. I don't tell her what to do. She does fantastic content. She's a great content creator. Okay, so we've got the 8 of cups. Somebody's walking away from the money. She's walking away from the money. Like, I've been feeling from her for a minute that she knows what to do. She knows how to make money. And I think honestly, she's burnt out and she doesn't want to do it anymore. I'm feeling like with no inspiration. She's not inspired. Like, she's just not. She's on autopilot. It's weird. Like, she's lost the fire to work, and yet she's hoping for this. Like, she wants a celebration. She wants the being free and easy and life is great, but yet she doesn't want to work anymore. I guess she wants someone to take care of her. I don't know how she's going to configure this. I really don't. She is burnt out. She doesn't even have the energy anymore to rage like she used to. Like, she'll start to rage and then she'll get really tired really fast. And then the rage is over in like 15 minutes versus like 3 hours. I actually feel like she's enjoying being around her family and Pete's. You know, I politely and respectfully disagree, and I'll tell you why. The energy that I get from Chantal, maybe we're seeing two different sides of her, but when I look at Chantal, I just keep getting this energy from her of her being in flux, and she doesn't have a solid footing because she doesn't have a home base. Like, she is a YouTuber and she likes to live stream. She likes to run her mouth, blah, blah, blah. But because of her being back in Canada and she doesn't have a place to stay, she doesn't have a room to do what she needs to do. She's always having to go out in the car and run around. And that's not her comfort zone. She's out of her comfort zone and she doesn't have a comfort zone established yet. So she doesn't feel comfortable. Maybe she's happy being around Natter, but she doesn't have her secure space, if you know what I mean. So like she's basically just doing what she can do, given that she doesn't have a home space of her own. Does that make sense? So like she doesn't have a home space to do her mukbangs and run her mouth and bees. So because she doesn't have one, she's like, oh, I can't do some of the things I want to do. So I got to do what I have to do. I think they spoil her. Well, they're doing the best they can with her. I think that her family giving her $300 in Lush gift cards was an interesting choice, given the fact she doesn't like to take a shower. Instead of giving her $300 in Lush gift cards, why not, pay for a few nights for her to stay in a motel? That way she has a home base to do what she needs to do to make her own money. Wouldn't that be better? $300 could have gotten her like a week or so in a not so nice motel. Okay, let's go on to Mr. Salah. And if you guys want to give a thumbs up to the stream, if you feel like it, I would certainly appreciate that. And if you want to sub up to the channel, I would appreciate that too. You don't have to. But always happy to have everybody aboard. But I just thought it was interesting that if she's going back to Kuwait, if you got gift cards for Lush, why would you get all the Lush stuff before you go back, knowing that you can't take it to the airport because they're going to seize it? Why not keep the gift cards in your purse and use them once you get back there? Because then you can keep the products over there. But that's actually something I've been waiting on with Chantal. Since she's come back from Canada, you want to bees, why not just rent a motel? Rent a room and bees all night. Stay for a couple of nights. Go to a motel, work out a weekly rate with the guy, and you could bees for a whole week without having to leave. All the creators are branching out. Yeah, and you know what? I think that's a good thing. I think that's a really good thing if we're all branching out. Covering different people, it gives us a break mentally and emotionally away from Chantal, because trust me, she's draining. So to cover other people, do other things, it kind of resets your brain. It recharges your system. Like it takes your focus off this one mind-numbing thing. It gives you a different perspective on something else. So I like it. Hello, Mixie. I have. The only reason Salah is doing videos on the couples channel is so Foodie can keep sending him money. Or, and that's a good theory, or Chantal wants to rage, but she can't do it on her main channel. It's too much of a risk. So she probably said, hey, can you do a live stream so I could just be mean to people and get away with it? Because she was controlling the crap out of his chat when he was live and deleting people and sassing off. So that's how she could do it and get away with it. I have a feeling her money is very tight these days. Yep. But just, y'all be patient. I've learned over the years that with Chantal, it's a wait and see game. You know, you got to play the long game with Chantal. Just kick back and wait. All things will be revealed. Her YouTube payday is in. Today is the 19th. She's not going to get paid. Let me just check the calendar. Okay. So the 20th, ooh, yikes. The 21st is on Saturday. And the 22nd, so like for those of us in the United States, we'll get paid on the 22nd. She won't get paid until the 23rd. So her YouTube payday is going to be like a day or two delayed. But wait until the 23rd and see what happens. If she gets her paycheck and a week later she's still here, that means A, she didn't have enough money to go back, or B, she couldn't go back for some reason. If she can go back, she probably will be going back. I bet Nader is really angry because he never had this control on her money like Prince Charming. Actually, he probably got more money out of Chantal than Salah ever did. I mean, Nader got literally thousands. Nader got so much more money out of Chantal because Chantal had more money to give. By the time Chantal got with Salah, her money had gone down a lot. So he didn't get as much out of Chantal. He really, really didn't. Salah Nader actually got more. If you think about, she got Nader the iPhone. She got him an iPad. She paid his rent. She paid for all of those expensive grocery hauls, clothes, took him on all those trips to Montreal, dinner, buying all the party favors for him and from him. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. $9,000 to start with. Oh, she easily spent that and more on Nader. Easily, she spent that much on Nader. She paid his way completely. Nader got much more money out of Chantal. I mean, Chantal mentioned that she bought $4,000 in and this stuff, and who do you think she bought it from? So that's $4,000 right there. An iPad, that's over $1,000. An iPhone, that's well over $1,000. So that right there is like $7-8 grand, not counting all the months of rent that she spent and the groceries she bought for his food videos. Right. So he got a lot out of Chantal. Salah wrote Salah and Chantal on the sand of the beach, then said, "Is that good? I wonder if he got paid for that little fake gesture." Probably did. Remember when she ranted about how he overcharged her? Well, she's the big idiot. $300 in, I have to say it this way, button mushrooms. He spent you big idiot. She spent $300 in mushrooms. Who does that? Moron. Stupid. And it was the good stuff. How would you know? How would you know? It cost me more because I'm getting high quality stuff. Chantal, he could put powdered sugar in front of you and tell you it gets you high, and you would believe him. How would you know what's good? To a pentacle salad. You know what, Atlantis? I think so. The last reading I did on Chantal, I saw it. Like, she's not letting go of either man. She's paying for both. Money is going in both directions. I can't say how much. I can't say when, but she's got them both on that financial hook. Nader could have her today if he wanted. Agreed. If he made one phone call to Chantal and said, "Look, I'm leaving Dee Dee, or I want to leave Dee Dee. I want to be with you," make it happen, she would. She absolutely would. She would take out loans to make it happen. She would. She just won't. All right, we're going to do one on Mr. Salah. I want to see what's going on with him. What are you doing, Salah? Oh. Ew. Well, that's interesting. So this came out upside down. Up, right side up, it's the Three of Swords. So he's feeling better. Like he's feeling much better now that she's gone. Like while she was there, he had a big problem with being feeling depressed, feeling upset, very stressed out. Like there was a heaviness on him. Now that she's gone, the heaviness is gone. Like he feels lighter. His spirit feels lighter now that she's not around him. Yeah, like the wheel of fortune is turning for him. Like, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? Like that the wheel of fortune is turning. Like the moment that she left, that door opened up. As long as she's there, that door stays closed and locked. You know, it's like the spirits are telling him, you can do whatever you want in life, you just can't do it with her. Because she will block you each and every time. Mm-hmm. Oh. And there are people near him that they're trying to help him. He's got friends. I can't say exactly who, but people that are close to his age. Men with money, men who are creative, men that want to help him get back on his feet. Like they're coming forward and saying, hey, dude, like she's gone. They're trying to get him back into the swing of things, get his life back to normal now. Oh, yeah, there's definitely change in the air for him. Death is not physical death. The death card could mean change. It could mean the letting go of something old for something new. You know, when one door closes, another one opens. A signal of rebirth. Although it would seem like she's not quite done with him. She's still trying. She's still trying to tempt him. And she's still trying to bribe him and tempt him with money and just stick with me and keep this going a little bit longer and I'll send you money, just do things for me. And he doesn't really want to accept. He really doesn't want to accept it. And she's still bribing him. She's still bribing him with money. She desperately wants to keep him around her. And there's that freaking card again. Like she's just robbing Peter to pay Paul. You know, scraping together money just to keep him on the hook. I feel like she's transferring money over from herself to him. Like I feel money going overseas. You see the ocean in the background, like money going across the ocean to him. Like her making it, her sending it. And it goes back and forth. Okay. So there's the Three of Pentacles. I think she's trying to get him back over to Canada. She's looking, she's doing something with him that involves him, that involves money. And he wants to own all the marbles. Like he's got those dreams about living the good life and having money and sitting pretty and being a kept man, and he really wants that. He's looking for financial stability where he brings nothing to the table. He's looking for somebody else to fill up the table. And he's doggone it, YouTube, you're fighting with him too. You're fighting with him too, YouTube. We're so evil, all of us on YouTube. What's wrong with us? We like drama. I don't know what's going on with the two of them, but it's not just Chantal and Salah working together. There's more than one person here. There's more than two people. There's a third party. There is somebody working with the two of them, somebody who's close, somebody who's a confidant, a friend, that whatever it is they're doing, they've all teamed up together. Like somebody is offering to help, it is helping. Coming forward with the money. And it might be the aforementioned Queen of Cups. Like they're pulling, the theme that I'm getting from these readings is like she's reaching out to other people. She's looking around to see who can help her, where they can help her, what influence they have, whether it's maybe online or offline, personal or not personal. She is just she's calling in the troops. She's calling in all favors and all sources to help her. Because right now she's in a place where she can't really help herself. Like she doesn't have any creative ideas for herself. So she's like, I need a helping hand with creative ideas for content. Like I'm feeling like there is some kind of brainstorming going on right now. Like she's talking to people. What can I do? How can I make more money? Just sharing the workload with other people. Because she is burnt out. And these people are getting together and thinking, what can we do to bring in more money? Like this is a group thing going on. This is definitely a group thing. Ooh. But it's not going to end well. It is not going to end well. It is not going to end well at all. There's going to be some hurt feelings. There's going to be some hurt feelings. There's going to be some fighting. There's definitely going to be some fighting. And if you want my opinion about what this card represents, there's going to be some emotional strife here. Foodie's going to have to make a choice between Salah and Nader, because neither one is going to put up with the other cutting into their profit margin. It's not about them fighting over her love. It's going to be about fighting over power and influence over her paycheck. Like neither one is going to be happy with sharing the money with the other. Like remember, Nader wasn't happy with Pete's living with Chantal and her supporting him. How do you think he's going to feel about Salah? He's not going to be very happy. Not at all. So like she doesn't want to choose. For a while she's going to maintain her position of, I can do what I want. It's my money and I'm supporting the both of you. So why are you even talking? But it's going to get nasty. It's going to get really nasty. Really nasty. Nader already knows about Salah. I don't know if Salah knows about Nader getting money, but when he finds out, it ain't going to be pretty. Hello, Shreya. That's probably why she wants Salah in Canada, to prove something to Natter. Can you imagine if Salah were in Canada with Natter there, and Natter is the one she really cares about? Who's going to be sneaking around on who at that point? How in the world is she going to manage being around Salah and Natter? How is that going to work? Can you imagine? Like her having Salah in Canada and then trying to sneak off to go see Natter, or her wanting to get high and her being around Salah when it happens. Lord. Yeah, like y'all can hear the peepers for real? Are they just that loud? I mean, I can barely hear them. I mean, they're not as loud as they normally can be. I could open the door and you guys can hear them even louder because they are much louder. But yeah, like going back to the reading, yeah. So she's going to try to maintain control over both men. Natter knows how to get her head going. Yes, he does. He knows. He knows her too well. You can hear him. Y'all want to hear something funny? I did a panel not too long ago at the House of Hannibal, and everybody could hear the peepers on the freaking panel. Everybody's like, wait, am I crazy? I can hear peepers. And I'm like, no, you're not crazy. That's the frogs. It's coming from me. Am I used to the peepers? Yes, because I fall asleep to them now. I do. I fall asleep to them. Yeah, so like, it's going to get messy. It's going to get so messy. Like, Foodie's already made up her mind. It's not even a question. She knows who she wants to be with. She knows where her heart is. She knows where her feelings are. It's just that she's all caught up in, I paid a lot of money for Salah, therefore I own him. And the way she looks at it, she's looking at him like an investment. I've invested all this money and I can't walk away from this investment because I don't want to feel like a sucker. I don't want to just cut my losses and keep it pushing. She looks at Salah as an object, something that she owns, and she just can't say, I gave it a try, it didn't work, I need to walk away now. She will always try to hang on to him. They make you happy. I'm glad. So like she's already made up her mind. She really doesn't want to be with Salah. She wants to be with Natter. But her jealous, insecure mind just can't handle him being in Kuwait and being around other women. So she wants to keep an eye on both of them. And the only way to do that is to bring him to Canada. Yep. And like trying to hang on to two men, it's going to cause a lot of heartache for you, Chantal. It's going to cause a lot of heartache. Like he's going through it right now. He's not having a good time because he doesn't know what to do. Chantal knew what she was doing, getting him used to all that money, spoiling him, coddling him, getting him used to living a bit better than what he was used to. She knew what she was doing. She knew that once she got him addicted to all that stuff and used to all that stuff, he would have a hard time letting go of her. And she was right. He's used to the oceanside villa, a place by the sea, and the good food and the food, and he's used to all of it now. How can he go back to just an ordinary life now? How can he go back? He should be afraid of Natter. You know who should be afraid? Chantal. She couldn't even handle Natter by herself. Imagine having two men that you're trying to go between that play mind games with you. How that's going to mess her up bad. It's not going to end well. You know, the thing is, like, if Salah and Nader met, I don't think they come to blows. I really don't think so. I don't think they would come to blows. If anything, I think the two of them would get along. They would get along. Salah would probably go out for a beer with Nader. He would get along with Nader. Nader strikes me as a type that he would not fight Salah. He would say, hey, you want to go out and have a drink and discuss Chantal? And Salah would probably go for it. Yeah, she's giving all her money to romance scammers. But there's one question I want to ask the cards right now, if you guys are okay with that. I want to ask about Mr. Pete's. I want to ask about Pete's. Because I'm curious about something. I am really curious about something. I'm curious to see if, while she's back in Canada, that she's been leaning on Pete's, meaning she's been approaching him for money. Something tells me she has been. Like, Chantal's the kind of person that when she needs you, she'll be around you, she'll fawn all over you, she'll talk to you. When she doesn't need you, she'll disappear. So, y'all remember that trip that she just did where she went out to lunch and then she went to a bookstore? I think she was with Pete's. Because for those that have been around long enough, if y'all remember, when she was back at the villa, she would take Pete's to the comic book store. So, like, I think Pete's was with her. And if she took Pete's out, Pete's might have bought her food, or she bought Pete's a meal and took him to the comic book store. But why? Why would she do all these things for Pete's? Like, what does she want in return? She doesn't do anything out of the goodness of her heart. What does she want out of Pete's? Like, what is she setting him up for? I think she's playing all bases in the baseball field. She's playing first, second, and third. You know, Nader on first, Salah on second, Pete's on third. And if she hits the ball, whatever base she ends up at, there's going to be a man there. So I think she's got all of them just waiting to see what happens. And her mom. You know what, though? The mom is not a guy. She's sleeping on the mom's couch, but she wants to end up with a guy as her caretaker. She took Pete's money for a deposit. What? Hold on. Was this like recently, or in the past? And then I am sure she is asking, well, yeah. Her aunt. I think she wants him to pay for a discount villa. I don't think he can, though. He put his name on the dotted line for the villa that they did get into. He had decent credit then, and he had a good job. And I do remember that before they moved into the villa, Pete's tried to be sensible, believe it or not. He was looking around for places within his budget, but every place that he found within his budget, Chantal called it a dump. She wanted something really nice. So they hashed out a deal that he would use his credit and his name, put his name on the dotted line. She would pay the rent, she would pay the bills. And all he had to do was just take out the trash. And he was okay with that. But when they moved out, I'm sure there were a lot of damages and stuff that was still left there. So he was on the hook for that. And he had to end up moving into a room in somebody's house. So apparently his income is not that great because he wasn't even in an apartment. So how could he help Chantal with her going into a place if he's not even living all that well? You missed the villa. She fudged his credit. He did a live saying he would let Foodie Beauty tell about the new place. You know, though, you got to take things that Pete says with a grain of salt because he will lie for her. And if Chantal talks to him and says, throw people off track and say this and say that, he will do it. He knows if he doesn't do it, she's going to get on his case. She intimidates him. So if she told him, hey, just throw people off track and say that I'm getting a new place, he will. He'll say it. So you can't really trust what he says as truth. I did a couple of readings, Bobby Patrick, on Foodie, on Salah, so to catch you up really quick. My cards have been saying that Foodie she's hurting real bad right now for money. Like she is just on the hunt for anything she can get, for anybody that will help her, for any money that they might have. She is just pulling in all resources and all people to her, looking for help. And she's also like almost recruiting people to help her with whatever it is she needs. Yes, to bookstore and lunch with. Yep, I figured when she said, "Oh, like the people that I went to, they went to the bookstore." I'm like, Pete's. That has to be Pete's. He loved going to the comic book store. That was his favorite thing. That was his favorite thing. But why is she all over Pete's all of a sudden? When she was in Kuwait, she really wasn't talking to Pete's. Now that she's back in Canada, what is the importance of hanging around Pete's? Is she getting money out of him? Is she lining him up for something? Why is she attached to Pete's all of a sudden? It's not like she cares any more than she did. She knows Pete's has money. Yeah, she does. He's working. He's got a job. She needs money. So she's going to be like, hey, Pete's, come on. I'll take you out to the comic book store. Yeah. She's a manipulating bitch. She's setting him up for something. Yes, she is. But I want to check in on Pete's. See what the cards have to say. She is a leech. Imagine being intimidated by a dumb land whale with no power other than a few words. You know what, Thunder Rain? I don't know if you saw the live that she did, the one with the finger guns and the pump up kicks. Chantal, she was drunk, and the way she was acting was inappropriate. She basically sat on top of Pete's. She was very intimidating. And Pete's he's easily intimidated. She confessed to being verbally abusive to people. She said that. But I also suspect that she's physically abusive as well. She has confessed that she got mad and she threw a chair at one occasion because Pete said that Grace Kelly was pretty and she just flew into a rage. So, I mean, we don't know what happened behind the scenes with those two, but he is, for whatever reason, intimidated by her. Pete will do anything for Chantal. Yes, he will. All right, Pete. Talk to me. Oh, no. This makes me sad. This makes me real sad. She is talking to him. And she's making all kinds of promises. This is what's going on, I think. Like she's talking things up with Pete. She's stringing him along. Or maybe she isn't. Maybe she might move in with him. But for whatever's going on, he's got his hopes up. He's definitely got his hopes up. We got the Wheel of Fortune card, which means like the door is open, but you know, anything can happen at this point. Anything. But he's banking on a hope. Yeah, and she's okay. She's got him in the palm of her hand. Like he is just lapping up her affection. He is so thrilled and so happy to be back by her side. He is just elated that she's come home and she's giving him attention. He's just absolutely loving it. Like he's thinking that when she comes back that everything will be back the way it was, that the money's going to be good again for his channel. The attention's going to come back for his channel. Like she's going to bring back some of the things that he's been missing. You know, because ever since she left, his channel's been kind of dead in the water. But if she comes back and they live together, then he's part of the Foodie verse again. And that benefits him too, in a lot of ways. Oh. Well. He's banking on the fact that all this strife going on in her life, all the fighting, all the toxicity with him, with her and Salah, he's banking on the fact that she's just going to be content with him. That it'll take some of the wanderlust out of her blood. Like she's a bit of a wanderer, our girl. She wanders from man to man. That maybe like this will keep her in place for a while. Have I seen the mystery blonde? The Empress keeps coming back up. The Queen of Wands isn't around for some reason for right now, but the Empress is back. Like, it's like, okay, you're back. He's worried though. He's worried this is going to go sideways. He's worried. In the back of his mind, he's worried. He knows how she is. He knows what she does. So he is worried. He's worried. He's definitely worried. And he knows that she brings a lot of strife into his life, but he just can't break away from her. He knows what she is, he knows what she does, and he can't look past it. Oh shit. Fuck. Um um yeah, let me another card. Oh shit. Ooh. That's interesting. We got the Judgment card. Y'all ready for this one? Oh my god. Really? You're like, what do all these cards mean, Rose? Just give me a second. It's coming through. Okay. Look. Chantal is throwing some serious love mojo at Pete. Not in the sense of she wants to be back in love with Pete. She's never going to be in love with him again. That time is past. But she is just throwing out that I need you energy at him, and he's just eating it up. And he's taking it as she loves me energy. He's so taking it that way. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Love bombing. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. She's love bombing him. It's not in the sense of I love you, Pete, and I want to be with you and I want to be in a couple situation with you, but she is just giving him more attention than she has in a while. He's been starving to death without her, and she's feeding him, and he is just slopping it up. Slopping it up. But hold on a minute. What is this? Oh, this is not looking good. So she's love bombing him, but guess what, Pete? Guess what? That happiness that you're feeling, that's going to be taken away by the Queen of Cups, by the Page of Pentacles, and it's going to lead to this. Like whatever happiness he's feeling like right now with Chantal, it's not going to last. I'm feeling like whatever she wants out of Pete's, she's going to love bomb him and she's going to give him attention until she gets it. And then she's going to hop on over to Natter. And that's really, really going to hurt. You know, it's going to be a case of, oh, I want this. Oh, you just gave it to me? Okay, bye. You know, it's going to be like that. String Pete along until she gets whatever it is she wants. And then once she gets it, then she's going to go where she really wants to go. That's so sad. That is so sad. And he's going to be real salty about it. Real salty. Like he's going to be feeling so burned. Mm-mm-mm. and yet he'll stick with her. Like, don't leave me. I'm feeling that. Like him saying, don't leave me. Like he will follow her to the end of the earth. He just, don't leave me. He doesn't want to be without her. He doesn't want to be independent of her. He doesn't care. He really doesn't care. If I suffer, if you suffer, I'll suffer with you. He just wants to be with her. Like she's trying to walk away from him and he keeps following after her. She's not even looking behind her to see him. He's just following behind. That is so damn sad. Pete, where's your pride, sir? So that basically answered my question. What's going on with Pete? Like I saw a couple of clips on Twitter of him. His demeanor seems different, doesn't it? Like, doesn't he seem a bit more hopeful right now? Like his demeanor is different than normal. Like he seems a bit happier. Why do you think that is? You know what, Thunder Rain? I don't know if he's thought that far ahead. He should. But he and Chantal are alike, and they live in the moment. They don't think 5 years from now, 10 years from now. They think in the moment. Impulsive, if you will. He's not thinking about she's unhealthy and in a year or two she may not be here. He's just thinking about, I got my best friend and she's here and I'm so happy. That's where his mind is at. That's exactly where his mind is at. Pete will be the first to know, and he will announce it. He'll announce it if she lets him. If she says, it's okay, Pete, you can talk about it, he will. But if she says, keep your mouth shut, he won't. All right. So what else we got to do here? I did Foodie, I did Salah, and I did Pete's. Is there anybody else I'm missing? What's that? I think Salah's lady. Which one? Which one? He's got so many. They're all just stacked up like firewood. Chantal's family. There's so many people in her family, though. I wouldn't be able to pinpoint. Like, you know, the thing is, we talk about them, but they're not on YouTube. They are part of the story, but yet they're not, if that makes sense. They're in the background. I feel funny talking about people that are in the background. So, like, I mean, I don't know much about Mom or Aunt Phyllis. I do know some things, but I want to zero in on Chantal, not her family. Salah's family. See, they're kind of like Chantal's family. They're in the background. I don't know much of them. I've heard things, but they're not really on YouTube. You know, like the families, they're not involved in the drama. They're backstage. You know what I'm saying? They're backstage in the dressing room. They don't want to be seen nor heard. We know things about them a little bit, but that's as far as it goes. Julia. I feel bad for Julia. Dee Dee. That bitch. She's so foul. Have I done Natter and Dee Dee? I don't think I have. Do y'all want to see me do one on Natter? I keep saying Natter's name in the chat. Should I do one on Nads? Like just to see what the cards say about him. Oh, I'm sorry, Dot. Y'all want to see me do one on Mr. Natter? All right. I'm surprised you guys want me to talk about him. He's such an awful person. He's just ew. All right, we'll do one on Nads. And before I begin, for those of you that are new to my channel, if you'd like to sub up, feel free. If you want to give a thumbs up, also feel free. Would appreciate it. You don't have to. I mean, do what you feel comfortable with. But if you thumbs up the stream, then more people can find out about me. I sure would appreciate that. All right. So we're going to do one on that other individual. How much do I charge for a reading? Well, I've only done a few paid readings before in the past. I haven't done very many of those, but I'm going to be setting up my tarot channel. So, and I'm getting like 21 brand new tarot decks in a few days. So let me just kind of get that started, and then I'll see what's going on with maybe paid readings in the future. Okay. And I'll let y'all know when the channel is all set up and when I just start doing readings over there. Is that okay? That's crazy about all the decks. Isn't it though? I mean, talk about like right place, right time. My friend had a house. Somebody lived there. They defaulted on the rent. They left the place a mess. They were an impulse buyer. And for whatever reason, they decided to just go on Amazon or something and buy a whole crap ton of tarot decks, ones they never used, that are still in their boxes. And she knows that I'm a tarot reader. And she's like, either these decks are going into the trash or I'm giving them to you. And I'm like, please don't waste them. Send them to me. They'll have a good home. I'll use them for something. So they're being sent to me. Like that many tarot decks being thrown away, I would just cry. Because they're not cheap. Tarot decks are not cheap. 21 tarot decks on the low side, that's like $300 in tarot decks being thrown away. No. We can't have that. I was like, don't get rid of them. And there's something else. There's something else too that's being sent to me. And it's going to be it's a different package. Have you guys ever heard of something called a hand pan or a tongue drum? It's like a steel drum. I'm getting one of those too. It looks like a circular like metal drum, but you can strike on it with a mallet and it makes sounds. I've always wanted one of those. I love the sound of the hand pans. So there's the hand pans. Those, a lot of them are really expensive. And then you got the smaller, less expensive ones like the steel drums. And I'm getting sent one of those too. Do I have a P.O. box? No. So she told me about it. She showed me a picture, and I'm like, I know what that is. And if you want to send that to me, I'm definitely not going to turn it down because I've always wanted one. Yeah, it's a hand pan, sort of. The hand pans, like, usually they're like the big steel drums. They have like the dents on the side, so you can use your hands to play them. The tongue drums, you can use, I think, either your hands or like little mallets to play with them. And she told me it's quite heavy. So I get to make some music. I have Sally, and those are really neat sounding too. I'm getting a big one then. I've heard it's about this big. It's not like this, but it's not tiny. The tiny ones have more of a high pitched sound. The bigger the drum, the deeper the sound. So I'm getting some cool stuff that I'm going to be using for all of you. How about that? Yay me. I would love to study. I actually plan on doing that. I had a whole collection of Native American flutes, and when I moved, I accidentally left them all behind, and I was very sad. They were in a bag, and it was hanging on the wall, and then I moved from Cali to Washington, and I forgot they were on the wall. But I can buy new ones. I am doing a read on Natter and Didi. Like the size of a metal trash can lit upside down, pretty much. I just want to make sure the cards are stacked up, and this will probably be my last reading. I can already feel like the cards are kind of letting me know, like this should be the last one. So I need to cleanse them, especially after reading Natter. I'm gonna have to cleanse the cards after I'm done with this reading. I can feel the energy on the cards is getting kind of heavy. This is gonna be a lot. All right, so doing a reading on Natter and Didi. Where are they at? What's going on with them? Oh. First card down is the moon. So there is some secrets and lies afoot. Lots of things being done in the dark. Lots of things being done in the dark. That's interesting, those two cards together. Ugh. What are they up to? I need more. Oh my God. Damn. So what is it? You're like, what does this mean? What does this mean? Why are you shaking your head? Like, what's going on, Rose? What is it? What is it? No. It's not BDSM. No. No, this is the death card. Death doesn't necessarily mean physical death. Death could be the end of a job. or a relationship, or just letting go of something that no longer works and grabbing onto something new. Death is always followed by rebirth. It could mean big change. Now, in order for new things to come, you got to let go of old things. And then we have the Hermit. Oh, that the Hermit card is really interesting for the two of them. I'm getting the feeling off of the two of them that financially speaking, creatively speaking, like they just, there's not a whole lot going on. And the path that they've been taking has been the wrong one as far as making money. They're making all the wrong money moves. Instead of keeping the landscape in mind and making the right money moves, they're making the wrong ones. Fighting against the current versus surfing it, if that makes any sense. I don't live in Washington, I live in Oregon, but yeah, there's lots of rain here. I used to live in Washington, then I moved to Oregon. So, like, there's just, like this might be Natter or Dee Dee, and like here's all this abundance in front of them, and rather than just embrace the abundance, rather than just look around and say, okay, this is how you make money, fighting against the current. Like, they're stupid, making all the wrong money moves. You're cutting off your money, you're not increasing it. Okay. Okay, I need more. And I feel like, as far as the relationship, that Dee Dee, she knows how to control Natter. She knows how to control Natter. She knows how to talk to him. She really knows how to talk to him. She knows where the lines are. And she knows that she's dealing with a man who's got a bit of an ego, who likes lots of money. Like, she knows the nature of the beast that she's riding. Damn. And she's all on board with whatever it is that he wants to do, because if he benefits, then she benefits as well. Like, they are definitely a team. They do work together. And they are all about making money. They are all about that making money. Like, they're very money motivated. So if he contacts anybody and there's any kind of business deal or business arrangement, she's going to be involved in it right there. Like, they share everything. No secrets. Boy, you got a real high opinion of yourself, don't you, Natter? Yes, you do. He's feeling very good right now because he's riding high, and I think it has a lot to do with Chantal. A lot to do with her. So, like, those two, they're all in cahoots. They're all in cahoots. There's no blind spots here. Like they're all aware of each other. They all aware of what they're dealing with. And they're all working together. Like she wants to be, like Chantal wants to be with Nader. She wants to spend time with him. Didi is not going to stop him from spending time around Chantal. He's not going to stop him from talking to Chantal. Because if she gives him money, then she benefits. You feel me? Just like she's rolling for her man. Like, whatever you say, sweetheart. If you want to milk this cow, go for it. I am not going to stop you because at the end of the day, you're sleeping in my bed with me. She'll get you for an hour. I'll get you for the night. They know how to play her like a fiddle. They know what her weaknesses are. They know that she's lonely. They know that she's in love with Nader. So they'll play her like a doggone fiddle. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed those readings tonight. Hope you guys give you guys a little bit of insight. Yeah, you know what, Kat? You're right. She's his bottom bitch. She is. And that's something that Chantal never understood about Nader. He's an awful human being, but all the things she did, all of the unstable, volatile behavior, he saw and heard all of that. And he thought that this one's too unstable. I can never be with her. By trying to control him, she basically drove the point home why he can never be with her. You know, like he's going to always be with someone like Didi that can keep it together and keep their cool and back down a little bit. He can't be with somebody as volatile as he is. Yeah, they will. If they haven't already. Chantal would be better off to get a small RV so she can have a place to sleep and travel back and forth. You know what, Dot? That's a really smart suggestion, and it makes a lot of sense. Here's the slight problem. Living in an RV is no joke. Well, thank you, Maureen. Thank you so much for is it super sticker? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Here's the problem with living in an RV. Living in an RV is no joke. There's so much you got to be responsible for, and you got to be on top of, like maintenance. You got to be on top of your water tanks. There's different tanks for different kinds of water, including your sewage. You got to empty out your sewage in the proper place. She wouldn't know about any of that, and she wouldn't care to learn. So I think it would be a smart idea from a financial standpoint. But on the other side of that, is she rugged enough to deal with RV life? No. No. Okie doll. No, she shouldn't. I would love to see Chantal deal with a black water tank of an RV. A black water tank is sewage. You have to empty those out every so often, and you have to know how to do it the right way. You can't just dump it on the ground somewhere. That's a big no-no. There's so many things you got to look out for in an RV or a tiny house. Booger. Want to say hi to everybody? Where you at? Where'd you go? Hi. You want to come up here and say hi to the nice people before I go? Come here. Oh, you're so big. Oh, you big fat girl. Ah. Say hi to everybody, Booger. I wish you guys could see my other adopted baby, Blackie. But this is the inside baby. Everybody's like, where's Booger? Well, here she is. Hi, Boogs. So I got two babies, one indoor, one outdoor. Come here. You do, baby. Look at the chin scratchies. You like the chin scratchies. Chantal would toss crap anywhere. Look, I live in basically a trailer camper. That's why I'm saying she would never be able to deal with this life. She doesn't have the fortitude. It's a whole different way of living. You got to get used to it. Looking at getting a big truck and a trailer. I spent my childhood camping. You know, it is worth it, Thunder Rain. If once you learn everything you need to learn, or if you know people that can help you, it's it takes a minute to get adjusted to. It's definitely doable. There's lots of people that live in camper vans or do the van life, and they do it well. I mean, it's certainly nice to set that up, and then you don't have to worry about high priced rent in an apartment. Not that there's anything wrong with living in an apartment, but it's nice when you don't have to worry about rent every month. I don't know if she could even fit comfortably. At Chantal's size, she would need a sizable camper. She would. She would need something sizable for her size. Does Blackie ever come to the door and want to come in? All the time. But here, what you're looking at right now is the reason why she can't come in. Because Booger, she's like a little sentry at the door. If I go to the door, she goes to the door with me. And she will stand right beside me. And she growls at Blackie. She just stands there like, I just wish she would. This is her territory. And she's an old lady. And as you can see, she loves all of Mama's attention. So she doesn't want another cat in the house. But don't worry about Blackie. She's got plenty of food. She's got plenty of water. I feed her several times a day. There's safe places for her to curl up and go to sleep. She's very well taken care of. She's outside. She can catch field mice and rats and voles and stuff. So she eats rather well, my little girl. And I go outside and she'll curl up on my lap when I sit down. So she's very well loved. Booger is a sweetie, but she's also a jealous bitch. Aren't you, Booger? You just look at her. Look what I'm dealing with. Look at this. This is what we do. I'm looking forward to the channel tarot. What did I say? Words. I am looking forward to putting together the tarot channel as well. Doing all kinds of things like instructional videos and reviewing tarot decks. And hey, y'all want to hear something weird but cool? So there's so much drama in every community, including the tarot community. I was browsing around and I found some videos about some drama in the tarot community, and I'm very interested to check those out and react to them. What in the world is going on in the tarot community? What's all this drama that I keep hearing about? You'd be surprised of the different communities where there's drama. You're like, why are they fighting? You know what, Thunder Rain? I will wait until there's something on the tarot channel to advertise it out. I don't think it's right to advertise a channel when there's no content. I'll wait to get a few videos on there first and then let you guys know about it. You know, there's no sense in advertising a channel with nothing on it. But don't worry, like it'll take a few days to get all the decks, and then once I get the decks, I'll be like a little kid at Christmas and going, ooh, 21 new decks. I get to play. How long do you think it'll be before you start it up? Oh, just let me get the decks. And then as soon as I get them and just get the feel of them, and I'll start making videos. Just give me about another week. Hello. Hi. Look at this. Y'all just look. Look at what I'm dealing with. This baby. Spoiled. Hi. Holding her like a baby. This is how you hold a cat, Chantal. You don't hold them up with their legs sticking out. He's a baby. But I have to let you down for a minute. Don't get mad at me. All right, up. Come on. And I got cat hair in my face. Cat hair. Cat hair in my nose. All right, guys. I'm going to go, but it's been a great deal of fun. I certainly appreciate you guys being here. And I'm going to cut off the live and spend some time with Booger and get the cat hair out of my nose. So I want to thank you guys for coming in. I certainly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, what do I always say? Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye now. See you later.